Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by presenting sponsor, BMO Harris Bank.
It's the middle of May, which really only means one thing: state competitions. We can't help but jump right into the action, seeing as we have 3 different state events we have to get to. We travel first to Stevenson for girls water polo.
We've got ourselves a packed house at the girls water polo finals at Stevenson. The Naperville North Huskies are making their first ever appearance, while their opponents have won state the last 3 of 4 years. First quarter, and Taylor Wessel just getting attacked in front of the net, but she fights off a defender to put the Huskies on the board 1-0. Stevenson is right on their tails though. Sharia Shadar breaks to the net and puts one in across to the other corner to tie the game up at 1. North desperately trying to stay in it with a minute and a half left in the third. Claire Jansen's able to grab a rebound and score a huge goal to pull North within 3, 8-5. But the back-to-back state champs were just too much. Lauren Maloney is able to seal the victory for Stevenson as they three-peat as state champions. North finishes second, the best finish in school history.
We started off the game really strong, and I think we ended it really strong. We really just wanted to come in here and have fun, and I think the girls just wanted to finish the season off at a high note, and this is the highest placement we've ever gotten on this team, and I think we're all so happy and grateful to be here.
Now stay right where you are. We don't have to move locations or sports, just flip genders. It's the boys' turn to jump into the state pool for water polo.
Bendo Russo and the Naperville Central Redhawks own 2 state championships in the last 3 years. Can they add a third? Lyons Township, the final roadblock in the finals at Stevenson. Central also trying to go back-to-back and finish the year 34-1. Moving to the second quarter, and Central leads 3-1. Jonah Klein Collins sends the long pass to his brother Luke, who uses the soft touch to finish off the play. 4-1 at the half, and the Redhawks pumping up the crowd going into intermission. Brad Sanford missed the chunk of the season, but he's back for the playoff push. And how about scoring despite getting mauled? 2 goals on the night for him, 6-1 Central after 3, and the faithful can sense another state trophy. Heading to the fourth, and the Redhawks looking to continue their strong defense, but that'll be tough against Victor Perez and the Lions. Number 11 scores not once, but twice in the first minute and a half of the fourth. And just like that, it's a 6-3 game. Lions pumped up after a timeout taken by Central head coach Phil Salentine. Just over a minute to go, and it's desperation time for the Lions. And Liam Malice answers the call, makes it 8-5. However, too little time for Lyons Township to mount a comeback. So for the 3rd time in 4 years, Naperville Central is the IHSA state champion. Cam Doherty and the crew are jacked and ready to celebrate back-to-back titles.
You know, everyone is special. It's like saying, which of your kids do you love more? But this one's a little extra special. Just we had some illness, we had some injury, but we came together and found a way.
We aren't done with the state scene just yet, but we need to travel down south just a little bit to Eastern Illinois, where our girls' track teams are competing for the state trophy.
A very warm and windy day at Eastern Illinois University for the girls' state track and field championships. Naperville North comes in as the defending 3A champs. The 800-meter race puts Caitlin Hart out there again in search of the elusive distance triple, where a runner wins the 3200, the 800, and the 1600 on the same day. Naperville North senior Claire Hill also in the hunt in the race. Down the stretch, Hart hangs on to win by a few seconds over Olivia Schmidt of Villa Lakes and Erin Reedy from Downers Grove South. Claire Hill with 7th place medal to go on to her crowded trophy case. The 400-meter race is just 1 lap around the track, and Neuqua Valley senior McKenna Robinson is just one of the top contenders, along with defending champion DeJour Miles from West Aurora. In a bit of an upset, Miles is passed up late by Homeward Flossmoor Jr. Ashanti Denton at 54.45, while the University of Texas commit Robinson takes 4th place with a PR of 55.38. That's 10 more points for Flossmoor, who takes the lead in the team standings. Now to the 300-meter low hurdles, where Naperville North's Hallie Bieber looks for a career three-peat in her favorite event. The Husky senior makes it look easy, leading the entire race and not letting up as she wins her third in a row with a time of 43.78. It's the 7th career All-State finish for Bieber. Ammenhauser has about 15 seconds to process that she's now in second before she has to perform her third and final jump. It looks good, but now the young Wildcat has to wait for her score, and it shows up 40 feet 11 inches. A new PR and a second straight championship, as Ammenhauser can't believe it. A great battle and win for Neuqua Valley's two-time champ.
Oh, you're cash only?
Yes, there's an ATM next door.
Right, but the fees.
Actually, with the BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you don't pay fees at over 40,000 ATMs nationwide.
Surely there's a monthly fee. The universe is connected by monthly fees.
Not if you go with paperless statements. And in this universe, there's no minimum balance either.
My wisdom rock, you should have it.
Oh, I already got one.
Whoa.
That feeling you get when you can bank without fees? That's the BMO effect.
Give the gift of downtown Naperville. Treat someone special to a great shopping, dining, or spa experience with downtown Naperville gift cards. Good at more than 150 businesses. Purchase them at 4 convenient locations or online and have them mailed directly to the lucky recipients. Best of all, there's no purchasing fee. Just choose an amount and send. It's that easy. The perfect gift for anyone at any time.
Our girls softball teams aren't into the postseason just yet. They have one more week to get everything in tune before regionals begin. We pick things up with Waubonsie Valley.
Waubonsie Valley visiting Bennett Academy in hopes of securing its 3rd win, while the Red Wings honor Coach Jerry Schliff with a plaque commemorating his 400th career victory. Fast forwarding to the 3rd, and the Warriors pouring on the runs. Julia Call launching this ball into a different stratosphere. A 2-run homer that gives Waubonsie a 4-0 lead going to the 4th. Going top 5, and Waubonsie about to expand on a 4-0 lead. Casey Dimich pounds a 2-run double to left center. That will net Waubonsie a pair. It's 7-0 WV. Bottom half, and Mackenzie Relihan up after getting robbed her last time. She clobbers a solo homer to left, putting Bennett on the board. Moving to the bottom of the 7th, and things about to get interesting, as Elena Stevenson lines a grand slam, and don't look now, but Bennett is down just 7-5. But with 2 aboard and 2 away, Samantha Mitica sends a frozen rope right to Call, and that'll end it. Waubonsie wins 7-5.
It was like I was really nervous because I had like 2 strikes, and so I just I don't know. I was really nervous, and then I just hit it, so.
Naperville Central hosts conference foe Waubonsie Valley with ace pitcher Hallie Aarons on the mound, which could be a tall task for the Warriors at the plate. Top of the 1st, and Aarons living up to her potential, striking out Emily Olson, looking to end the inning with no one crossing the plate. Top of the 7th now, with a runner at 1st and no outs. Emily Olson singles to right field to get the runners at 1st and 2nd. 2 outs now, and Emma Mayer hits a rocket to the right side, but it's snagged by Reagan Pearl to end the threat, and the game heads to extras scoreless. Bottom of the 8th, Hallie Aarons helps out her own cause by driving one into the gap in right center field for a leadoff double. Next up, Caitlin Allen, who hits a walk-off single to right center to bring in Aarons, who finished with a complete game shutout as Central wins 1-0.
Just feels really good, especially 1-0 win, just awesome. DVC opponent, just feels really good. Walk-off win, 2 days in a row, just the best kind of game to be in.
Another sport that's into their postseason is girls soccer. We jump right into regional final action.
The 4th-seeded Porters of Lockport hosting the 6th-seed Mattia Valley in the regional final. The Mustangs, despite being underdogs, hope to extend their regional championship streak to 5. Under 10 minutes to play in the first half, Ella Johnson with a nice move and shot, but you can see the ball clearly hit the raised arm of a Lockport defender. The whistle blows, and the Mustangs get a free kick. It's senior Kylie McKee with the kick, and look at the knuckling action on this ball as Reagan Tompkins can't hang on to the ball. We're all tied up at 1. Just a few minutes later, an MV is on the attack again. Katie Flanders taps the ball ahead to Jacqueline Graveau, who makes a great move to get around the goalie and find the net. In a blink, the Mustangs are leading 2-1 heading into halftime. Under 30 seconds to play, last chance for Lockport. Sarah Muchek with another free kick, but the Mustangs clear the ball to preserve the victory. 5 straight regional plaques for Mattia Valley, who advanced to play Naperville North in the sectional semifinals.
Yeah, I feel like at first, once they scored right away, we got a little down on ourselves and we didn't really have our confidence where it should be. And then I feel like once we got that first goal, then it went up from there. We got super hyped up, and especially when Kayla had that one breakaway, I feel like we all got the energy back up, and that's why we were successful.
Number 2 seeded Neuqua Valley travels to 5th seeded Naperville Central for a DVC showdown and a regional final game against the Red Hawks. About 10 minutes left until intermission. Wildcat Julia Rushing splits a pair of defenders and fires, but Amber Hunter dives to make the save. 8 minutes left in the first now, and Hawks with the free kick. Alyssa Lanzo shows off her foot, but Tara Tesman reads it and it's handled. This game goes to halftime scoreless. Just minutes later, Hawks with another free kick. The Cats try to clear it, but Liz Barker puts the ball back in the right direction for Caroline Reedy to handle the rest, and now the Hawks lead 1-0. Halfway through the second, Cats down by 1 and trying to put pressure on, but Hunter shows she isn't phased and grabs the ball off the bounce to stop the threat. Only minutes left, and Neuqua trying to extend their season. Shannon Tagler centers, but Hunter secures the ball in the Red Hawk victory. They win consecutive regional championships and move on to face Waubonsie Valley.
It meant a lot. Last year when we won regionals, it was a double overtime game, so it was really long and we had to hustle really hard. This time we were not going to let that happen.
Waubonsie Valley hosting a soggy regional championship against hungry Plainfield North. The Warriors looking to end the drought of 4 straight seasons without a regional crown. In the first half, Roxy Ziba plays the ball off her chest and taps a shot ahead under the body of the Tigers keeper, and it trickles into the net for the opening goal. No offsides as Dubvie takes the lead. Still in the first half, Plainfield North on the attack. Waubonsie looks to clear, but the ball takes a bad bounce right to the foot of McKenna Kalin, who finds the net for the equalizer. Late in the first half, a great pass from Colette Casey to Megan Burling, who does a great job getting a strong shot off. We're all tied again 2-2 heading into halftime. In the second half, Waubonsie looks to take the lead. Colette Casey pops the ball to Isra Khan. She pushes the ball forward before Megan Burling slides in and scores the go-ahead goal. The Warriors make the lead stand, and for the first time since 2014, the Waubonsie Valley Warriors are regional champions. Naperville Central awaits in the sectional semifinal at East Aurora.
I mean, this whole week, all we've been focused on is this coming game and stuff, and now that it's finally here, I think we all had such a great mindset going into it, and everyone was just so pumped for it. You could just tell by the way everyone was hustling, especially in the second half. Even though we were up 3-2, every single play, we were just trying to get that 4th goal. Even though we were winning, we just wanted to secure it more.
We saw the ladies compete down at the Blue Oval earlier in the show, and now it's time for the boys. They aren't competing at state just yet. Instead, we have sectional showdowns.
Downers Grove North hosting the boys track and field sectional. Naperville Central, North, and Bennett are all looking to extend their seasons and qualify for state. We start first in the long jump pit with Jay Coleman from Central. He sets a new personal best and qualifies for state with a jump of 22.1.5. Now let's venture to the track, which just got rained on. For the 4x800 meter run, in Naperville Central seated with the best time. Thomas Cotto anchoring the relay, and he pulls off the win in 8 minutes, 1.73 seconds, qualifying them for the Blue Oval. McDonald also ran the 100 meter dash. Seems to be something he's good at. Down the very puddle-ridden track in 11 seconds to qualify for state in this race as well. Let's finish this day off with the 200 meter. Bennett's Ian Smith in the yellow coming down the stretch. He finishes first in 22.64 seconds. Naperville Central would be the big winners of the night though, adding another notch to their belt with 99 points. Naperville North finishes third.
After the first meeting of the season, we knew this team was something special. And you know, Coach Wiesbrook, he's been coaching this team for a long time. And it only seemed right that if he's going to retire, we give him the best season in his career. I mean, this is probably not this is one of the best, probably not the best.
Let's head south along the banks of the Illinois River to Ottawa Township High School for boys sectional track and field. Matt Apple continues his outstanding junior season with a throw of 187.11 inches. In addition to winning the meet by 30 feet, he also gets a new school record for good measure. Your sectional champion is Waubonsie Valley senior Aiden Stapleton. He also gets 13.8, but he got there in the fewest attempts, an exciting moment for all three District 204 vaulters. Asav Shaw of Dunlap also qualifies. Now to the shot put, and ho-hum, it's another school record for Neuqua Valley's Matt Apple. This heat goes 57.5 to earn another sectional championship and a hug from a very proud coach Dave Ricca. Let's double up the 800 and move to the 1600. 4 laps around the track for these runners in the third and final heat of the event. This one would be a photo finish. Neuqua's Michael Mattial and Christian Knowlton of Plainfield South are neck and neck, but it's Mattial who gets the win by less than a tenth of a second. Chris Keeley from Neuqua finishes third, but not quite fast enough to qualify for state. The final handoff finds Plainfield South in the lead just ahead of Plainfield North and Oswego. Donovan Turner takes the baton in 4th place. An absolute furious finish as Plainfield North leads, but Oswego and Neuqua go to the outside to pass. Oswego hangs on for the 4x400 win. Turner pulls into second to qualify the Wildcats relay, and Plainfield North makes it to state as well in third. Neuqua takes the sectional title victory lap. Oswego East finishes second, while Plainfield East and Plainfield South tie for third. The state meet at Eastern Illinois awaits next weekend.
Taking that long sabbatical, it was hard because every day I love to go out and hurdle. It's what I do on my free time. I just enjoy it a lot. And coming back and be able to actually help my team out and get them into a good position and help some of my buddies get down to state that haven't been down there, it's a sensational feeling. It's awesome.
Another sport that still has some time before their postseason is boys volleyball. We pick up Neuqua Valley traveling to Naperville North for the NSW Game of the Week.
It's the last regular season game before regionals begin next week, and we have Neuqua Valley traveling to Naperville North. Neuqua leading early in the first set, and their defense came to play. Jack Young gets up the net for the block for the Wildcat point. A few points later, Husky Dylan Bramlett with the aggressive kill to keep North in the game, trailing by 2. Set point for Neuqua now, and Tom Blankenshine gets the kill the second time to go for the Cats to take the victory 25-21. North trying to push this match to a third set down 10. John Jaworski gets a big kill here, but Neuqua is still up big 21-12. A few points later, and the Cats find themselves at match point. Gabe Sharos ends it with the kill, 1 of 10 for him on the night, as Neuqua takes it in straight sets 25-21, 25-16.
I think the second set we really had a lot of momentum and we pushed really hard as a team. We also passed really well, and so that helped our offense a lot. We just kept putting balls down and it just boosted them around. We just rolled through it.
Let's hit pause on the postseason adventures and hit play on this Take 5, presented by BMO Harris Bank.
I'm a dog person because I've grown up with dogs my whole life, and I've had many bad experiences with cats. Destin, Florida, and we've been going there for the past 4 years. To work for a car manufacturer and build cars all day. I'd buy myself a home in a secluded area and live with my family. I would be playing hockey because I played in the winter with my friends, and it's something I wish I always did.
Boys play of the week, and we have to look at a back-to-back state champion. How could we not? In the highlight, I mentioned how Brad Sanford was out for part of the season, but he did jump into the state pool and made quite a splash. The first of 2 goals didn't come easily as he was getting mauled by defenders, but still managed to find the back of the net. The second one, a little easier when he put some muscle behind it. It was a big team effort, but Brad Sanford gets this week's play of the week with the comeback story of the season, helping the team win the state title for the 3rd time in 4 years.
The Daily Herald, the biggest suburban newspaper, has covered Naperville since 1990. Whether you're at home, at work, or on the way, the Daily Herald offers the full digital experience. Print, online, daily email alerts, and prep sports newsletters. We'll keep you in the know with news, sports, and of course, your neighbors. The Daily Herald, suburban Chicago's information source.
Stay up to date on what's happening in our neighborhoods and schools at City Hall and all across town with NCTV 17 News Update. Emailed directly to your inbox once a day, Monday through Friday, this 2-minute video not only tells you the latest news, but shows it to you.
And that's what's happening right here in Naperville.
And the best part, it's free. So sign up today at nctv17.com/subscribe.
Another sport that is 1 week until their postseason run begins is boys lacrosse. The Naperville North Huskies look for one more win as they face off against the Valley.
Jacob Blueprint and Naperville North head into Valley territory to take on the Waubonsie Matia Co-op as they look to clinch a share of the DVC championship with Nequa. The Valley hanging on with the Huskies though. Jake Meyer breaks some ankles and then walks in to bounce the shot past Jake Allgood to tie the game up at 1. 7 minutes left in the first. Jacob Blueprint acting like he isn't going to score until he does, bouncing the shot past Benson to put North in the lead 2-1. Valley trailing by 5 with 3 minutes left in the second. Garrett Rudin drives but runs into a wall. He passes inside to Jake Minglin for the goal, cutting North's lead to 4. Huskies up by 8, make that 9 after a little tic-tac-toe action before Jack Young scores right in front of the net. 11-2 Huskies. The Dogs would continue their dominance into the 4th. Mikey Ancona on the doorstep grabs another goal for the Orange and Blue as the Huskies clinch a share of the DVC championship with Nequa Valley with the win 12-4.
It started off with Colin, I believe, and our wing dodges, our middies were just doing a phenomenal job today, getting their hands free and just shooting it low and away. And it just started the offense early, got the floodgates open, and we just started rolling from there.
We've been talking a lot about the state competition in recent episodes of Naperville Sports Weekly. One sport that just wrapped up their season at the big dance was gymnastics. We saw a few 204 gymnasts that stepped onto the scene as individuals, which is rare, competing without a team behind them. Kevin Jackman sits down with some of these athletes to find out just how difficult the journey is. Presented by Edward Medical Group.
Nequa Valley gymnast Michael Barron is now a 2-time state qualifier, and he's only a sophomore.
I was honored to be able to do it for Nequa and with other teammates because last year is totally different. This was the first year, I really was super excited to just do gymnastics.
And that's because Barron had teammates join him, not from Nequa, but from around District 204. Rivals in just about every other sport, the competition seems to fade away when it comes to boys gymnastics.
We've been doing gymnastics with club together for at least 3 or 4 years, and so we're always rooting for each other, always hoping we do well. And honestly, like, I don't get the rivalries between schools. Like, yeah, there's like school pride, but if people are doing good, I'm happy for them. And they were doing great, I was doing great. It was just awesome.
None of the 204 schools have boys teams, only individuals who compete at the sectional and state meets. Though Barron was able to get his first high school experience at a sophomore meet, fortunately for him.
At the sophomore meet, it's sophomore level gymnastics, not varsity. So we were kind of like the ones to see, the ones to watch. Or at sectionals, it's varsity gymnastics, and everybody's got crazy skills. And to be thrown in the heat of everything and be like the person that people are watching, it's got to be crazy. I can't imagine.
Barron was joined at the state meet by Mattia Valley's Zach Taylor, Nequa's Tyler Clark, and Wabanzi's Cy Nida. A nice support group, if you will.
Every gymnastics meet, there's going to be something that just doesn't go your way, and it's great having people there who know what it's like and who can empathize with you and support you when you're down.
Barron still has 2 more years to improve on his 6th and 7th all-around finishes at the state meet, and at this rate, he should rack up plenty of accolades and maybe some more 204 teammates. Reporting for NSW, I'm Kevin Jackman.
Before I send you all home, I have one more Take 5, presented by BMO Harris Bank.
I've always wanted to go to Rio. Ever since I watched that Rio Bird movie, I've always wanted to visit, so I would take a vacation with my family and go on a shopping spree. If you go to Whole Foods or Jewel, there's this cashew milk ice cream, and it's salted caramel flavored, and it's the best thing ever. Twitter, there's just so many funny videos that I like to and all my friends use Twitter, so it's really easy. Washing dishes, because when I go to the bottom, I touch the food and it's all disgusting. Well, first I binge watch Grey's Anatomy, and then I binge watch Parks and Rec, and I'm binge watching The Blacklist right now.
Girls Play of the Week, and we jump back into the pool with senior Taylor Wessel. Biggest water polo stage these Huskies have ever been on, and she opens up scoring in a pretty big way. Seemingly to be getting bogged down by defenders, she persists and finds the back of the net. Wessel had 3 goals in the state championship game, leading her team. The Huskies ended up finishing second, which is the best finish in program history, and Wessel hoisted a trophy in this week's Play of the Week.
We've handed out all the state trophies we possibly could in this week's episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. Next week holds more postseason action with soccer, softball, and lacrosse. So make sure you check out our Twitter and website throughout the week for updates on how our teams are doing. You can also tune in next week for another episode of Naperville Sports Weekly, where I'll break everything down for you. Either way, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.